Hello, today we're going to talk about society in a changing world regarding to the unipolar transition, globalization, digital technology, and importance of knowledge. First of all, I'm going to talk about a list of important events of the last decades. In September 11 in 2001, the 9/11, it was a series of four coordinated terrorist attacks by the Islamic terrorist group Al Qaeda on the United States. The second is February 4th, 2004, when Facebook launchment. It's an American for-profit corporation and online social media and social networking service. On February 14, 2005, YouTube was made. YouTube is a site where you can upload your videos. On August 23rd, 2005, it was the Hurricane Katrina, that it was the most deadly and most destructive hurricane for 2005. September 10, 2008, the GFC, that is the global financial crisis, it was the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. November 4th, 2008, Barack Obama elected as the American president. It was the first African American president. In June 29, 2009, the death of Michael Jackson, as he was considered the king of pop. On January 12, 2010, the earthquake in Haiti. The earthquake, the earthquake's magnitude measured up to 7 on the Richter scale. December 21, 2012, the failure to the end of the world. That day was the day predicted as the day of the end of the world, but it didn't happen. And March 1st, 2013, MySpace was introduced as MySpace was overtaken by Facebook. We're going to talk about some principal concepts. The first one is globalization, that is a process of interaction and integration among the people, companies, and governments of different nations. A process driven by international trade and investment aided by information technology. This process has effects on the environment, on culture, on political systems, on economic development and prosperity, and on human physical well-being in societies around the world. The second concept is terrorism. There is a calculated use of unlawful violence or threat of unlawful violence to inculcate fear, intended to coerce or to intimidate the governments or society in the pursuit of goals that are generally political, religious, or ideological. The third one is the unipolar word that is used to describe the power structure when one superpower dominates alone. And the last but not least is the digital era, that can be seen as the development of an evolutionary system in which knowledge turnover is not only very high, but also increasingly out the control of humans, making it a time in which our lives become more difficult to manage. The relation of these concepts is pretty it's like a chain. Everything connects everything. First, globalization creates a world where we all communicate and share, leading to a common interest. But as well, there is people that won't like it, and it will be a disagree about that. It may not be a big amount of people, but to raise their voice, they would threat the community with consequences, and even without saying for not being agree with the decisions. And here is where the unipolar word hits. For not having problems, people, communities, governments, countries try to lead the way and take the power of everything by their own. And finally, the digital era, where you can see the evolution to success in what people want and be more efficient in what they do, and takes a place in globalization to be more efficient in the apply of it. From the relation, there are some questions you may ask yourself. Why did globalization emerge? Simply, the big amount of knowledge that needed to be shared and exchanged. In most cases, what caused the terrorist attacks of 20th century? The disagreement of government decision that is related to social, religious, and political injustice, as well as the reply of actions made by them. How does the end of the Cold War relate with the unipolar world? Well, Germany wanted to control everything, starting a war for it, and lose everything for it as well, showing that there should be a democracy to divide the power in equal or related. That is when unipolar world, that is the structure of one superpower leading everything, and they're showing you how it doesn't work. There will be so many people that will be disagreeing. And how has the digital era influenced today's society? In fact, in a big way, as it keeps evolving and creating new stuff, will not understand, making them to find a way to control and use for their own benefit, for good and bad.